What is going on, beautiful people? It is your boy Salman here, back to our video today. We are back for my top 10 receivers going into the 2025-2026 NFL season. I did this video with the quarterback position, so if you guys do want to go check that out, it is going to be in the same playlist as this video. I plan on doing every single skill position heading into the 2025-2026 NFL season, so make sure to subscribe if you guys want to see that. Also, make sure to like the video and comment any recommendations or feedback down below. What do you guys want to see next on the channel? And man, let's get right into this list right now. So this list is going to be based on a few things. Obviously, with the receivers, you got to factor in quarterback play, coaching, offensive line, those factors. How much are they really going to get the ball? Are they the main option in their offense? Are they going to be fed? That's essentially what we're going to get. It's going to be based off stats and skill. For example, there are some very skilled receivers in the NFL, but they just don't get the ball enough, or their situation isn't the best and they just don't get fed, man. So all those factors are going to factor into our top 10 receivers list today. I got a few honorable mentions heading this list. I got guys like Terry McLaurin, Mike Evans, Devontae Adams, Garrett Wilson, T. Higgins, and Drake London. If you guys have any comments about that, comment down below. I'll explain it to you guys. Let's start off with this number 10 spot. We have Puka Nacua. Last year in limited action, Puka Nacua had 79 receptions for 990 yards and 3 touchdowns. He got hurt in the first week of the season, or he would have been a dominant receiver all year long. And we know how good he is, man. He's completely shocked everybody since he's been in the league. He is a game breaker. Puka Nacua has very elite ball skills, man. He makes great catches. He wins some 50-50s. Puka's also a yak monster. He goes crazy after the catch. He breaks tackles. He's very slippery in the open field. He is a very good player after the catch. One of the elite NFL yak players, in my opinion. He's also in a very good situation. He has Matthew Stafford throwing the ball. He has Kyren Williams running the ball. Now he has Devontae Adams to take some pressure off of him. He's also in a Sean McVay system. Puka is in a great situation, and he just succeeds, man. It's his first year being the true number one. I mean, Cooper Kupp was the number one. He was a Triple Crown winner, I think, 3 years ago. So when you're looking at that, Puka is the guy. He's the guy in LA now, and he knows that, and he's going to ball this season. At this number 9 spot, this one may get hated on, but I had the cheetah, Tyreek Hill. 81 receptions for 959 yards and 6 touchdowns last year. Hill definitely did not have the best season of his career. He dealt with injuries. He had a hurt wrist all season long, so he played through injuries. He got arrested, and the Dolphins were just an absolute dumpster fire. And I say that as a Dolphins fan. The Dolphins were very bad last year. They did not live up to expectations. I mean, part of that is Tua being injured. But the guy was playing with Tim Boyle. Tim Boyle was one of the worst quarterbacks to ever pick up a football, and Tyreek Hill was still playing well with that. I mean, it's hard when your quarterback is awful. I expect Tyreek Hill to bounce back. I think he has 1 or 2 more elite seasons left in him, and I think he's going to show people that he is still here. This could be completely wrong, though. It could backfire on me. I mean, Tyreek Hill obviously is some of the most elite speed in the NFL. Even if he loses a step, he's still one of the faster players in the league. Tua knows his job is on the line this season. If he does not perform, then he is probably going to be canned, and the Dolphins are probably going to start a rebuild. So he knows he has to play, and if Tua plays ball like he should, Tyreek Hill is going to be a top 10 receiver in the NFL. At this number 8 spot, I have Brian Thomas Jr. 87 catches, 12 touchdowns, and almost 1,300 yards. Brian Thomas Jr. had one of the best rookie seasons that we have ever seen at the receiver position. And I know you guys are going to be like, how is he this low? Let me explain. The thing is with Brian Thomas Jr. is he is so elite. He's 6'3", and he is fast, man. He could do it all. He's a deep threat. He makes great grabs in the red zone. He is a dog. And you're also bringing in Travis Hunter, a guy that could take some pressure off him when he's on the field. I think that Brian Thomas Jr. is in a position to succeed in Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence is a little iffy because we've seen what he's done with Trevor Lawrence. He hasn't been his best. He performed best with Mac Jones, in my opinion. But if T-Law is on, then this is going to be a very dangerous duo. And just in my opinion, T-Law has definitely been hit or miss. So if T-Law performs, then I don't even doubt it, but it's all going to be up to that. There's no doubt about Brian Thomas Jr.'s ability. He is one of the most skilled players in the NFL, in my opinion. Maybe, I think he's a top 3 skilled receiver in the league, top 4 in my opinion. I think the LSU boys got that, but he is so good. It just depends on if Trevor Lawrence shows up. At this number 7 spot, another one I know I'm going to get hate for, we have AJ Brown. I hope you guys understand that there are so many elite receivers in the NFL that these guys are all interchangeable, but AJ Brown is at my number 7 spot. I'll explain, but first we got to talk about the stats from last season. AJ Brown had 67 grabs for 1,000 yards and 7 tugs. The thing about AJ Brown is he is so physically dominant. He is one of the most physically dominant players in football. He is one of the hardest guys to guard. I mean, most DBs have to commit pass interference against him to guard him. I mean, it's honest. He's built like a running back at receiver. He's big. He makes great grabs. He has great hands. He does it all. Great route runner too. One of the elite route runners in football. He is the true package at the receiver position. But AJ Brown, in my opinion, these other guys in front of him are the clear number 1s in their offense, and I think that AJ Brown is in a very run-heavy scheme. I know it's not his fault. He plays ball. He does it. He eats. He still eats. But I think that these guys are going to put up better numbers next season. AJ Brown in a run-heavy scheme is a guy that could put up 1,500 yards. Like, there's no doubt in that. There's no doubt that he is a guy that can easily put up 1,500 yards next year. But he's competing with Devonta Smith, Dallas Goedert, Saquon. You know, there's only one ball. Only one ball can go around. It definitely takes away from his stats, but he makes an impact all over the field. AJ Brown, like I said, dominant player, one of the most dominant players in football. He is a great receiver, and unfortunately, there's just so many good receivers that are in better stat situations. I mean, the Eagles just won a Super Bowl. Obviously, they're in the best situation in the NFL coming off last season, but statistically, we know Saquon's going to get his 20 carries. Jalen Hurts is going to run 15 tush pushes. There's only so much ball for a team that controls the clock and is so efficient like the Eagles. But when AJ Brown gets his, he gets his. And that's why he's at this number 7 spot. At this number 6 spot, I'm going to have Nico Collins from the Texans. Nico missed some time last year, but he still finished with 68 grabs, 1,000 yards, and 7 touchdowns. The thing about Nico Collins is he is just so big, man. He's a unicorn. 6'4". He has a big frame. And he dominates. He's one of the best receivers after the catch. Physically opponent, he's one of the best deep ball receivers in the NFL. And also his quarterback loves him. Him and CJ Stroud are like this. They have some of the best chemistry in football. And he's also on a team where the number 2 receiver is hurt. Joe Mixon is hurt. So who is CJ Stroud going to lead on going into next season? Nico Collins. He's going to put up numbers. The thing that scares me with Collins, though, is the offensive line, in my opinion. Will the offensive line be good enough to hold up for CJ Stroud and make it where Nico can get those deep shots that he's gotten so many times in his career? This is going to be the worst offensive line of CJ Stroud's career. Losing on Laremy Tunsil is a big loss. I expect him to put up numbers, though. I think that he was on pace to be the second best receiver in football this year statistically, and he got injured, unfortunately, or he would have had a great season. And he still did. He was still a 1,000-yard receiver. But he is a guy that, I mean, in my opinion, has potential to be the number 1 receiver in football. The offensive line scares me, but he is so skilled, and he's only going to get better and better. That's why he's at this number 6 spot. At this number 5 spot, I have Malik Nabers. Let me tell you this. Russell Wilson, even though he's not at his peak anymore, he's mediocre at this point in his career, he is going to look night and day compared to last year. He is a solid quarterback, and Malik Nabers is going to get fed all year long. In my opinion, he is going to be the best receiver in football, at least next season. Like, he is a guy that has so much potential. He's athletic. He's a freak of nature. He makes contested grabs. He is a freak. I mean, a freak on separated on routes. He just demolished people trying to guard him. Nobody could guard him. He is unguardable. He could do it all, and he's made some of the most unbelievable catches we've seen as a rookie. Remember that catch against the Browns? That was nasty. And I'm not gonna lie to you, Brian Daboll is a very good offensive-minded coach. He can cook up stuff for Nabers on offense. He is gonna get fed the ball, and I'm expecting him to have a big year on that offense. He is the alpha there. He's the alpha in New York. He's the clear number 1, and he's one of the most skilled. I mean, truthfully, I think that he might be the most skilled receiver in all football. In year 2, that is ridiculous. In his rookie season, he also had 109 grabs, 1,200 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Like, talk about those numbers. As a rookie, that is absolutely ridiculous. He's a guy that's going to put up criminal numbers, but he's going to be an all-pro for a majority of his career. I'm super excited to see him continue to grow, and I hope that Russell Wilson can just deliver on the ball, because we're going to see something special out of him this year. At this number 4 spot, I have Amon-Ra St. Brown from the Detroit Lions. The all-pro is one of the best route runners in all football and has some of the best hands that we've seen in a while. He is very good out of the slot, and he makes a bunch of good plays. He's so much fun to watch too. He just puts up big numbers every year. And in that Detroit Lions offense, that is just crazy because there's so many mouths to feed and he gets fed a lot. I can get what you're saying though. I mean, if you're an Eagles fan, you'd be like AJ Brown, him, they're like this. I mean, AJ Brown is in a similar situation. Just Amon-Ra St. Brown, I think, is just going to explode this year. He does lose out on Ben Johnson, his offensive guru, and that could kill a situation a little, but I think the Lions are still going to thrive. They have so much talent. If you're an Eagles fan, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, oh, well, they have a lot of mouths to feed too. They have David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, Laporta, Williams, and Amon-Ra. How is AJ Brown not up here? In my opinion, Amon-Ra is still more involved in the game plan. I think that he gets fed a little more than AJ Brown. And I also trust the connection of Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown a little more. Remember, AJ Brown was mad. He was reading books on a sideline during a game, guys. Like, I trust that Jared Goff and Amon-Ra a little more. But still, I mean, interchangeable, man. Like I said, I feel like the top 7 is just really or top 8's interchangeable, man. But yeah, Amon-Ra, great player. He's going to have a great year. At this number 3 spot, we'll have CeeDee Lamb from the Dallas Cowboys. CeeDee finished with over 100 catches, almost 1,200 yards, and 6 tuds. And he did it on just an awful team. This Dallas team was a mess. Dak Prescott got hurt. Their coach was just an idiot. Mike McCarthy is not a good coach, in my opinion. But this year, Dak Prescott is back. And they added another receiver, a guy that I'm super high on, that is going to just make his life so much easier. He's never played with a receiver or two like this in his life. in George Pickens. George Pickens is going to open up so much for CeeDee Lamb, and you guys are going to see that. I think they are really going to open it up for each other. I think that these guys have potential to both be 1,000-yard receivers. But I think CeeDee Lamb is still going to eat the most. He has the chemistry with Dak, obviously, and he's still one of the best route runners in all football. He makes great plays, and he's borderline unguardable. I know he has had some problems with being a little of a diva in the past, but he's still a hell of a football player, and I think that him and the Cowboys have a chance of being pretty decent this year. At this number 2 spot, this is very tough to say, but I have Justin Jefferson. Last year he had 1,500 yards, over 100 grabs, and 10 tuds. I know, Justin Jefferson's great. Don't get me wrong. Best route runner in football, in my opinion. He makes unbelievable plays every single game. He's a guy I will say just unguardable. No one could guard him. He also has a genius head coach in Kevin O'Connell and a pretty good team around him. The one thing is, I'm not that sold on JJ McCarthy. I need to see JJ McCarthy in the NFL before I can really evaluate how Justin Jefferson is going to be this year with him. And we know how good Justin is, but remember, Sam Darnold put together a pretty good season last year, so I mean, he has played with that, and he's played with Kirk Cousins in his past. He's never played with a rookie quarterback. You cannot deny his talent, though. Best route runner in football, makes unbelievable plays every Sunday. He is a guy that you want to have on your team. I'm excited, though. JJ McCarthy, has a ton of potential, and I think that if he can tap into that, him and Justin Jefferson are going to eat together this year. But in my opinion, it just doesn't top the number 1. At this number 1 spot, we have Ja'Marr Chase from the Cincinnati Bengals. Ja'Marr Chase had an unbelievable season last year. 127 grabs, 1,700 yards, and 17 touchdowns. Ain't him both like 7s, eh? But he dominated. Like, he just dominated every single game. And he also has that connection with his quarterback. Joe Burrow and him are like this. They played in college together. They dominated the NFL together, and they just continue to put up numbers. And I'm on the Joe Burrow for MVP train this year. I think Joe Burrow could be an MVP candidate, and I think that Ja'Marr Chase is going to put up numbers. And he's a guy I think that can hit 2,000 yards a receiver, if I'm being honest. The Bengals defense didn't improve at all, and I think that they will still be throwing the ball late in games, so I think that they have a chance to put up numbers. And I think that Ja'Marr Chase will put up the best numbers in the NFL next year. Easily, I think that he's the most skilled receiver in the NFL right now. And I got to be honest, I think LSU is receiver you, man. When you think about it now, you got Justin Jefferson, Ja'Marr Chase, Brian Thomas, Malik Neighbors. That is crazy. And I think they'll eat, man. He just makes unbelievable plays. He's an elite route runner. He's unguardable. He makes great catches. He does it all. After he makes a play, he has you question what even is football anymore. He's a fun player to watch. I mean, unfortunately, he's not on my team, and he's going to probably route up my team this year, but you got to give flowers where flowers are due, and that's why Ja'Marr Chase is at this number 1 spot. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to go click that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate that. I put a lot of hard work and effort into these videos, and it means the absolute world to me. Also, make sure to like the video and comment any recommendations or feedback down below. What do you guys want to see next on the channel? If you guys do enjoy college football series, go check out my Wyoming series right now. I think you guys would love it. It's super fun, so I'd appreciate it if you guys go check that out. I appreciate every single one of you guys, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. It's your boy, summing out. Peace!